you are welcome to session 1 of Unit 6. In the whole of this unit, we are going to look at what goes into a lesson plan. In this session, we are looking at components of a lesson plan, but we will single out topic and referencing as components of a lesson plan. Let's proceed to look at the objectives for the session. We are looking at two objectives in this session. One is to be able to write the lesson topic in such a way that it will be comprehensible to all students in the class, and then write reference for chemistry textbooks using APA style. Okay, so for every activity that you undertake, you need a plan. What are the specific tasks that I'm going to do in that activity? What's going to be the sequence? What and what do I have to do in particular? When you are going to present a lesson to, you need a plan to guide you. If you don't go with a plan, then you'll be teaching anyhow. But you go with a plan that gives a systematic guide. From this point, I'm going to this point, and I need to do this very activity with the students. I need to do A and B. So you need a plan. But in the plan, what are the things that should go in? When you are planning the lesson, you need the name of the institution in which the lesson is to be taught. You need the date on which the lesson will be taught and duration of the lesson. Okay. You also need the class. You need to indicate the class, the subject, topic, the objectives of the lesson, the teaching and learning resources, how you would introduce the lesson, and then the presentation itself or the development of the lesson itself. You need to indicate, or you need to write on the closure, evaluation, pre-lesson preparation, and a remarks column to indicate whether the lesson was taught or not, some of the things you observed, etc. We need all of these ingredients because you may not be present one day, but students shouldn't suffer. So whoever takes the plan should be able to use it and deliver very well. So you need all of these things. The person takes the plan, he knows that it is for this class, it is for this duration, I need to do activities A, B, C. Alright, now let's go at the topic and reference. So the topic. The first essential component of the lesson plan is the topic. The topic should be worded in such a way that it is self-explanatory. Some topics are very confusing and students do not understand the topics very well. But it should be worded in a way that students can easily comprehend. For example, instead of just writing matter as your topic, you should consider writing something like the particulate nature of matter. That makes it more understandable than just writing matter. What about the reference? You are going to present concept to students. You need to indicate where you had your information from and also where students can get further information. So the reference indicates in the lesson plan where information or further information on the topic could be obtained. And when referencing, the APA format should be used. The reference is a very important component because you may have presented something that students do not understand very well. But when you show them the source or where they can get additional information, they can go there, search, get it, and comprehend well. Sometimes you might not be able to cover all the important aspects in a particular concept due to time limitations and other factors. But when students have access to the source, then at their own times they can access the source for such information. Okay, so APA format is largely accepted in Ghana. And so we are going to look at how to write a reference using the APA format. What are the things that you need to do? First, you need to write the surname of the author, and you write in full. Right after the surname, you write the initials of the first name of the author, and each initial is followed by full stop. We'll look at examples. If the authors are more than one, comma is used to separate the authors, but ampersand, that is this sign, is placed between the last part 1 and the last author. Then you write the date in which the book is published. You write it in brackets and you follow it up by the title of the book, which is also followed by full stop. Then if the title of the book is handwritten, that is if you are not typing but you are rather writing the reference, then you have to underline the title of the book. So you write and underline it. That is if you are not typing. But if you are typing, then you would have to italize the title of the book. If the book has editions, then the edition of the book should come in bracket after the title of the book before full stop. So you write the title of the book, then you write, so after the title, you write the edition of the book in brackets. Then the place of publication is written, which is followed closely by colon and finally the publisher. So these guidelines will help in referencing a chemistry textbook. You should note that if it is a book, then you do not need the page numbers. You don't have to indicate the page numbers. Alright, so these things that we have discussed will help in referencing a textbook, at least for the purpose of chemistry. So let's look at some examples. We have this reference here. Now let's see. So we have the surname of the author in full. Then it is followed by a comma over here. After the comma, we have, this is an initial of the author's first name, and we have a full stop over here. Here, because there are only 2 authors, we assume this to be the last but 1 and Redu to be the last. So between them, we use this ampersand to separate them. Then these are the initials of Redu, the initials of the first names of Redu. Then we have the year here, the year in which the book was published. So we have it here, that is 2005. So we take this one as the date. Then the title. So look at this very well. Because it is typed, it is italicized. Chemistry for senior high schools. It is italicized. But if you are writing, then you would have to write and underline. Now this part, don't let it be under this name over here. Shift it inside to this point. Then you follow it with the edition. So this is the second edition. In a bracket and a full stop. Right after that, you indicate the place of publication. The book was published in Accra. Then we have our colon, and then the publisher, Macmillan Education Limited. This is a reference. Another example is a book by Petrucci and Howard. So we have Petrucci being the surname, then the initials. So here we have three authors. So between the first author and the second author, we use comma. But between the second and the third, since there are only three, we use this ampersand to show the last author. Year, then the title of the book, the edition, place of publication, and the publisher. And then also there is another example here, a book by just one author. So it is Chang, is a book by Raymond Chang. Because it is one author, we don't need any ampersand here. So the surname, initial, year, title of the book, edition, place of publication, and the publisher. Also, my good friends, we are ending the session with this task. Please look for 3 different chemistry textbooks and use the APA format to reference them. We end the session here.